Hello, hello. Welcome to Stretch and Mobility. My name is Stephanie. I'm going to be guiding you through today's class. Before we get started, let's talk about the equipment you will need. You don't need anything that is going to go to the floor, so no kind of mat, but you will need a sturdy chair. I have a bench, a workout bench that I'm going to be using today. You can use just a regular old kitchen chair. You can also use a couch. Whatever you're using, though, please make sure that it's nice and sturdy into that ground. It doesn't have any wheels on it, and it's not going to roll. Okay? We are going to go ahead and get started here. Standing in front of your chair, I want us to start by just marching out. And in this march, I want you to bring those knees up into your chest. You don't need to start bringing them too high. But what this is going to do is it's going to warm your body up, no matter where you're coming from. Maybe you had a busy day when you're checking out this recording. Maybe you just rolled out of bed and you're like, I need to go ahead and get my body moving here today. We always want to start with a warm up, okay, so that our body is nice and loose before we go into stretching so that we don't injure ourselves. Good. Now I want you to plant your feet a little bit wider than they were before, and we're going to rotate. But you're going to rotate nice and easy here, okay? Because again, if you're not yet fully warmed up, I don't want you to hurt yourself. As I go to one side, the opposite foot is pivoting. You can do this stretch workout with or without shoes, okay? I do recommend if you are not wearing shoes that you don't have socks on because I don't want you to slip. So either shoes on for that grip or no socks, no shoes. Good. Planting your feet down, keeping that same distance. I want you to reach up and over, okay? Reaching with that energy through those fingertips to the opposite side of the room. Very nice. Now I want you to reach across your chest here, okay? To the opposite shoulder. Good. It's going to give you a tiny bit of a rotation, but as you can notice, I'm not moving my hips. My hips are actually staying nice and square to you. Good. All the while in this class, focusing on your breathing. So inhaling always through your nose. Exhaling out through your mouth. Very nice. Good. Good. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to have you interlace your fingers in front, and you're going to tuck your pelvis under, pushing that palm forward, come out of it here. We're going to do that again. We are going to do majority of our class here in a seated position, but again, we're just kind of loosening up, getting it nice and warm here before we have a seat, and we do some static stretching, which means we're going to hold those stretches. One more here, reach. Good. Now we're going to do the opposite side. So you're going to interlace your fingers behind you, open that chest, and release. Good. Again. Good. Two more. Last one. Good. Now, before we have a seat, one last one. I want you to do some big shoulder rolls to the back. Go nice and easy here, okay? Not taking this at an advanced speed. Focus of our class here in this stretch and mobility is to get some mobility in your joints, right? Encourage that movement of those joints and stretch out, lengthen out those muscles. Let's go ahead and change directions. So you're gonna bring those palms forward. Good. Open that chest. Very nice. Good. Let's do one more. Open, open, open. Very good. Now you can go ahead and you can have a seat here, okay? We're gonna start bringing your feet open, bring those knees open, sitting up nice and straight so your chest is nice and proud. Shoulders are down and back, and what we're gonna do here is we're gonna encourage a hinge. This is gonna open up those hip flexors. If you cannot go all the way to the floor, that's okay. You can hinge over and you can place your hands on the inside of those thighs to make sure that you have that stability, okay? Holding that there. Good. And again, if you have a little bit more range of motion, you can bring those hands to the floor, just making sure that those knees, those legs are nice and open here. Good. If you are down on the floor, place one hand on that thigh, one hand on that opposite thigh, and roll up. We're going to go into a bit of a twist here. So placing both hands on those thighs again. I want you to twist your body. This is gonna give you a nice stretch in that spine. One arm can be straight, but maybe you cannot have, maybe you don't have this much range of motion and you're only twisting slightly. That's all right too. Here to the center, other side. Get a nice stretch in that back. Lower back, mid back. Good. Back here to the center, you're gonna walk your feet in. I want you to keep one knee bent. Straighten that opposite leg. Toes are gonna be up, heels gonna be pressed in. You can place your hands on your hips if you wanna just make sure that they're nice and square to me, and you're gonna hinge. Now you're not gonna hinge too far, only until you feel that pull in the back of that leg. Be really cautious, even though this leg is straight, I don't want you to lock this knee, okay? So it's still a slight bend there, not putting any pressure on this joint. Majority of this is focused in the back of that hamstring to get that nice stretch. And with those toes up towards that torso, you're also gonna get this stretch in that calf muscle as well. Good. Come out of that hinge first. Go ahead and bend that knee that was straight. You're gonna do the same exact thing, other side. So straightening that leg, planting that heel in. Go ahead and loosen that knee here a bit and then hinge. What a lot of people are gonna try and do, they're gonna try and reach for that toe and they're gonna twist those hips. I don't want you to do that. I want you to go straight down here, okay? Again, feeling the stretch in the back of that hamstring, as well as that calf. Breathing in through your nose and exhaling out through your mouth. Every time you exhale, I want to see if you can challenge that stretch a little bit more by getting a little bit more range of motion. And if you don't have that range of motion, also don't worry, okay? You will get it with time. Practice certainly makes perfect. Come on out of that first, that hinge, and that bend that leg. We're gonna go into a figure 4 stretch. Stretching out your glutes, you're gonna cross one ankle and you're gonna place it on that thigh. Please make sure that you are not putting it on that knee, okay? We never wanna put any pressure on your joints. And as you're in this seated position, you're gonna try and open this hip up, and it might take you a little bit of time to get there. So maybe you're here and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't open my hip up as much as she does. That's all right, you will get there with time. So crossing that leg, bringing that chest nice and proud, shoulders down and back. You're gonna feel this stretch on the outside of this glute. You're gonna also feel it in that hip flexor here. I want you to just hold this, breathing in through your nose. And exhale out through your mouth. Beautiful. Holding that stretch as long as you can, just really challenging that stretch. Nice, that hip nice and open here, that glute. Good. On that exhale, you're gonna slowly come out of it, bend that leg, uncross this side. We're gonna do the same exact thing, other side. So crossing that other leg, bringing that ankle up onto that thigh again, not your knee, and opening this hip. If you take a second to look at me real quick here, you're gonna notice this side is not as open as my right side. For some reason, this one is a lot tighter. It takes me a lot more to open this up. With a little bit of time, I can open up that range of motion, maybe not as much as the other side. So that gives me some really good information about what I need to focus on. But again, feeling the stretch, the outside of that glute, feeling it in that hip flexor, trying to just breathe through it, putting no stress on this knee as well as this ankle joint, okay? If you're grabbing anywhere, you can hold at that shin. Breathing in through that nose, exhaling out through your mouth. Very nice. Inhale. And on the exhale, I'm gonna bring that knee up and cross those legs here. Good. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a nice stretch of those shoulders. So I want you, if you can, if you have that mobility in your shoulders, you're gonna grab the back of your chair, okay? Or bench, whatever you're using. And you're gonna push that chest nice and proud, connecting those shoulder blades together in the back, using your hands at the back of that seat to keep you nice and stable. Making sure that your shoulders stay out of your ears, okay? So if you're feeling any tension here, I want you to release that. Push those shoulders down and back, get that chest nice and proud. Make sure you're breathing. And exhale. Good, slowly, slowly come out of it. I'm gonna keep my right hand connected. I'm gonna place my left hand on the outside of that right thigh and I'm gonna twist. Bringing my eyes over my right shoulder. This is going to give me a nice twist in my spine. Getting a nice stretch in that lower back. Again, only going as far as your body will allow you. Your body knows that range of motion, okay? So don't push it any further than it should go. Good. Very nice. Slowly, slowly coming here to the center. Release that right hand. Now left hand is going to go to the back of that chair. We're going to do the same exact thing we just did, except your right hand is going to be on that left thigh, and you're going to twist. Getting a nice stretch of that lower back, but this time on this left side here. Good. Breathe. Good job, you guys. Try to release that tension. Every time you're holding that stretch, just really feeling that muscle open up and lengthen. Breathing in and exhaling. Good, one more breath in. Exhale. Come on back to the center. Release. You're gonna place one hand. I'm gonna do that right hand on my thigh. My left arm is gonna go up and over, and I'm gonna get a nice stretch here again of that spine, but also my obliques of that left side. Inhale, slowly on the exhale, coming over. Now I'm gonna place that left hand on my left thigh. Right hand goes up and over, twisting the opposite side. Holding that only as long as you can. Again, only going as far as your body will allow you. Exhale slowly, you guys, coming up here. Good. Keeping that theme of twisting that spine. Your arms are going to come up here, palms facing each other, shoulders down and back. I want you to twist, keeping one arm there, trying to stack this other arm right behind it. And again, bringing those hands together. So this right hand is going to stay up here. My left arm is going to try and go directly behind it here. See if I have that mobility in my shoulders and in my spine. If you can only go halfway, 3/4 of the way, that's okay. It's all information to know where you can work on the next time when you come back to these stretch classes, okay? Good. Very nice. We're going to do one more on that right side. So open up. Exhale. One more on that left. So you're inhaling as you go to the back, shoulders out of your ears. Don't allow that tension to bring those shoulders up into your ears. Exhale. Back here. Very nice. Lower your hands on your thighs. We're going to do that cat and that cow in the seated position. So you're going to arch that back. Okay, bring those shoulders forward, tucking that pelvis under in that seated position. That's an inhale. On that exhale, you're going to do the complete opposite. Shoulder blades together in the back, hips nice and back, chin up. Good, let's do it again. In that cat. Good. And the opposite, good. Shoulder blades together, chest proud, hips back. Let's do it one more each. Inhale, bring the shoulders forward. And exhale, good. And come back into that neutral spine. This is going to be our last stretch here. Last couple things we're going to do before we send you on your way. I want you to hinge over here, and you're going to reach under your legs. Yeah, I want you to give your legs a big old bear hug here. Get this stretch in your back. You're also going to feel this in those quadriceps, the top of your thighs, okay? Connecting those arms only as much as you can. Not forcing yourself into any kind of pain. Remember, pain is not the goal. And if you're feeling pain, I want you to immediately stop what you're doing, because that is not what we're going for here. Place one hand down, okay? If you can, open up here, stacking that top arm right over those other fingertips on the floor, twisting back on that exhale. Set these fingers down, other side. Again, you need that mobility in your spine, you need that mobility in your shoulders to do this. So if you do not have that, that's all right. Practice will make perfect. Again, inhale on that open. Exhale on that close. One more time, inhale on that open. Yes, exhale on that close. Very good. Go ahead and slowly roll it up here into that seated position. Hands at the side of your thighs here, chest nice and round. We're gonna go Bringing those fingertips to the sky, connecting them up there, holding your breath here for 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then exhale. Controlling your breathing, you guys, not allowing your breathing to control you. Let's do it again 3 more times, okay? Inhale. Connect those fingertips. Hold your breath. 4, 3, 2, and exhale. Nice, slow, and control. Very good. Let's do it 2 more times. Not only is this helping your body stretch, hold your breath here. It is helping you to control your stress levels. Exhale. So when things get really hard, when school is wearing you down, whatever's going on in your personal life, you can simply breathe through it here, okay? Inhale, 4 counts. Hold your breath, 4 counts. Exhale. Nice and slow. For 4 counts. Do that again 4 to 8 cycles, and you should feel so much better. Hands together. Very wonderful job today in that stretch class. Enjoy your day. I'll see you next time.